We're back to another training video. I am Chris Chandler-Yates, and I am the police mindset and fitness wellness guy. Today we're going to talk about priorities, making things a priority, and why that's so important. But who am I? I was a police officer here in New Zealand for 7.5 years. I am an American as well, and I ultimately burned out. I burned out with PTSD, depression, anxiety, after being a high level police officer with diplomatic protection and also doing AOS selection, our version of SWAT team, and diplomatic protection for those in the United States or around the world is like our version of Secret Service. Now, some of the other achievements that I've achieved because of priorities is not just my policing stuff. I've built a six-figure business. I have done 4 half marathons. I have done three powerlifting comps. I have done special forces mock trainings. I have I do paragliding. I've sailed, and by 17, I had over 500 dives under my belt, scuba dives, and also had over 50,000 open ocean sea miles, delivering boats all around the world, all sorts of different things, all because of making things priority. And I have an amazing wife and happy marriage with 2 dogs, even after almost cheating on her and really being a real dick in my policing years. So, why do I say all this? Because first, I want you to like, subscribe, and hit that alert bell so that you can get more training videos on how to be the absolute best police officer and best leader you possibly can be. Because that's what it's all about. As police officers, we lead people in a direction to do good and stop crime. So, why did I succeed at some things and not at others? Because of priority. You know, when we make things a priority, we actually start to work towards them. Now, how many times have you gone, I want to lose weight, or I want to get that job promotion? And you say that for about 5 minutes. And then next minute, you stop. It's because really it wasn't a priority to you. There was no emotion attached to it. There was no purpose behind it. There was no why behind it. You didn't have skin in the game. Whether it be financial, time, your purpose, your why. But you know what? You could drop 10 grand on something. And if you don't put a good purpose behind it, it ain't going to happen. So in order to get a good purpose behind it, you need to know why you want to do it. You're going to need to know why you want to actually strive for that. Why do you want to strive to do that? For me, in a few weeks of doing this video, a half marathon or all the other half marathons that I've done, the powerlifting comps, the finding gyms on holiday over Christmas and New Year's periods when I could be out drinking with friends. Instead, I'm getting up at 6 a.m. and going to the powerlifting gym when it first opens in Hawaii. I'm running 5K down the road just to go to the powerlifting gym. Counterintuitive to powerlifting, but hey, I was doing it because I needed a weight train. I needed to stay consistent with that because I made it a priority. Because I had a why behind it as well. I wanted to see what I was capable of. I wanted to show myself that I had not lost it. I hadn't lost the ability to push myself beyond my boundaries. But, and the next thing that you really need, besides the why and the purpose, is support. You need to communicate with your closest support person. You know, I remember training for AOS, training for armed defenders, which then helped me get into diplomatic protection because the fitness requirements were very similar, just slightly different tests, but same level of fitness as such. I remember training for it, and I've said this multiple times. If you watched any of these, if you haven't, go back and watch the previous video. But I have done multiple. I was doing multiple hours a day, like I'm talking 4 to 5 hours a day of training. And when I told my wife that I wanted to go for armed defenders squad, or our version of SWAT, she goes, "Okay, cool. What's it gonna take?" And I said, "It's gonna take me doing like training stuff that I did to join the police, make that look like child's play." because I need to do a pack march. I need to do a jerry can march. I need to be able to run 3 kilometers in 12 minutes. I need to be able to do this many push-ups. I need to do this plank. I need to do all these different things. I need to be able to swim. And guess what? You can't just do one a day and think that you're going to get it. You need to do multiple ones a day. There's multiple hours of training per day. So I communicated that with her and went, look, for the next 6 to 12 months, this is going to be my life. Work, train, and spend some time with you on non-training days. And for an hour or so when I am home between shift work and not training. And she went, okay, cool. Because she knew that. Then she was able to communicate to me when she needed me. Now, how can this also be a detriment? Because if you don't put priorities on your relationship, on yourself first, on self things, not just fitness things for work, but fitness things for yourself, core value things that you love doing to fill your tank up. Even though that training for me was to fill me up, it was also dedicated towards a work promotion. So really it was, again, work draining from me because I was having to do something for work. But again, priorities, knowing why I was doing it. Wasn't forever. And I did love what I was going to be doing in the police, so that was filling me. But you need to have those things outside, and then also need to prioritize your relationship. If you don't prioritize your relationship during all of these priority things, other priority things, you'll lose that as well. Then work comes third. But those are the ways to prioritize stuff. Really finding your why behind it, finding the purpose of it, and also making sure that you're doing things for yourself. Same thing with priorities. Why do you need to prioritize yourself? Because then it fills you up. Then you can turn up to others. You can be more present. And then from there, you can then turn up to work and be extremely present, not having to think about home, not having to think about, am I doing that training for AOS? Am I training enough? No, you get to focus directly on work. So make sure if you're like, okay, cool, Chris, I want to learn more about this. Make sure you hit the webinar link in the description down below. We've got some more information down there. It's a free training, and we talk more in depth around some of these things, and I break it down step by step. So make sure you go hit that. Make sure you also like, subscribe, come follow me on Instagram for more information, daily little things, and my thoughts of the day, my pre-gym thoughts of the day, all there on Instagram. It's Chris Chandler-Yates is my Instagram handle. We will see you there. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you enjoyed this training. Like, subscribe, share to somebody. If you know somebody that doesn't prioritize things, that doesn't know why they prioritize things, or they fall off of things quickly, send them this video, share it out to them. We'll see you on the next training.